Like that. Hello, Tarot friends. This is Ultraviolet Morgan, and I'm doing a collective reading of faith and hope. And as I said, here is the card to present the reading. I should have shown that in the thumbnail instead of the ceiling, but here you go. And it says hope, support, miracles, and spiritual. First, I'm going to read selected. I basically bibliomancy opened to a place in the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to read a passage from there. Keep in mind this message could have something to do with this. Or it can just perhaps be worth reading. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, results of all activities is called renunciation by the wise, and that state is called the renounced order of life by great learned men. There are learned men who say that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up, whereas others say that sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be given up. Hear from me now about renunciation, O tiger among men. There are 3 kinds of renunciation declared in the scriptures. Sacrifice, charity, and penance are never to be given up. They must be performed by all men. They are purifying even for the great souls. All these activities should be performed without any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. That is opinion. So that is the reading from the Bhagavad Gita. That, whatever else that you choose to renunciate or give up in life, you should not give up. Charity, sacrifice, and penance. So you should continue to do those things as a matter of duty and without any expectation for the result. Sacrifice, charity, and penance. Okay, and now I'm also going to read the Shadow Growth Journal. One of the prompts that may also help focus our reading. And again, this is a reading for the coach. Imagine your inner child standing before you. What emotions do they carry, and what do they need from you to feel safe and loved? Question. If you feel like either the reading or the question help to focus the reading, then use it to do so. If you feel that they're their own separate things, let it be separate. So this is a reading about faith and hope, support, miracles, and spirituality, card 48. And then we have healing the past. I step into my future and strength with clarity. So in the past, this is pretty much a simple card showing a forest and showing a new plant going in the forest, putting down vines, reaching out to the vines of the older growth. It's a little wormy in there. There's some rocks and leaves. Healing the past, I step into my future with strength and clarity. Now, I find that interesting. I will have to say that healing the past is our first sort of card. When the shadow word question was, I'm just going to look at it again. Imagine your inner child standing before you. What emotions carry, and what do they need from you to feel safe and loved? Because this reading is information about healing that inner child, that past. Okay. I'm going to take a look at the Gateway card, which is in the past. And I'm going to tell you if there's anything in the book that feels like there could be messages from the book. I step into the future with strength and clarity. Your past and even your past lives affect your present. A powerful healing is occurring right now. Beneath the surface, there are forces dissolving old blockages and limitations. This has a positive effect on every aspect of your life, including your health, your relationships, and even your creativity. You know what I forgot. So this is a collective reading. It's for whoever wants to receive it, whoever finds it, claims it, whatever. But also, if you would like to, someone to pick a card, but what's the word? So if you want to determine if this reading is for you or not by choosing a 1 through 10, and then I will name a series of numbers in a few minutes. And then if it matches, this message is for you, and if it doesn't match, it isn't for you. If, on the other hand, you felt strongly drawn to this reading and you feel like it's for you regardless, then you don't have to participate in the number thing. If you do participate in the number thing, try to stick, with whatever number you chose. Of course, you're welcome to listen to it. Maybe it'll apply to someone else in your life, or maybe you'll just be interested into the message. But if you want a strong confirmation that this is for you, choose a number 1 through 10. And I'm going to stop talking just for a minute and let everybody think of a number. If you think it's going to take you a second, pause right here, restart when you're ready. And we will have a moment of silence for people to select some numbers. And I will think of some numbers to choose in a moment. Okay, I'm about to say the number. If you have your numbers locked in, here we go. 2, 4, 9, 1, 7. I said 2, 4, 9, 1, or 7. This reading is for you. And I'm sorry that I forgot to do that at the very beginning. So now we do have a message about faith and healing the past. The universe wants you to know, perhaps there is a quality project or talent within you that wants to learn. You have been nurturing and caring for it, and this is the perfect moment to show the world. Release it and let it soar. Give birth to your hopes and dreams. Timing is everything, and the time is now. Questions to ask yourself. Is what I've been putting off that I need to birth in my life? Is there something I've put forth regret or haven't acknowledged? Am I ready to birth a new way of expressing myself in the world? What are we bringing into the world? Okay. So speaking of which, I want to light another incense if I can figure out where I set them. There's a way. There's not a way to pause recording. You can push stop. Stop it. Well, I can start over.
No.
Start over.
No, don't start over.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
We'll be right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. I guess we'll go in there and you tell me whatever.
Baby.
One of it, that means. And we are back. It will resume momentarily. She is having trouble getting in the room. I am not. I don't need you to narrate for me. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Apologies. Communication is locked. Bye. Okay. All right. I apologize, and I will restart. Okay, we had faith, hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. Oh, upside down. And we have healing the past. Oh, why not so dark? Blah. Let's see what kind of messages we can receive in regards to hope, support, miracles, and spirituality, and healing the past. We have the Mary L card, 10 of Wands. Wow, very bold. Bold. So what we often see on the 10 of Wands is there we have better light. What we often see is someone being really weighted down by a lot of heavy wands. But here we see somebody riding in pretty majestically with a bow and arrow. Maybe there are some errors involved for some people. The errors tour. I'm the archer. Okay, anyway. 10 of Wands. We're riding in. We're blazing in. It even looks like there's pictures in the flames. So let's see what else we have. We have Temperance. And this is from. Sorry, my belly's growling. This is from the Phantom Wise Tarot. We have Temperance. Following the 10 of Wands is quite an interesting message. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. All right. Interesting yet. And then we also have the 4 of Cups. So we have this very definite energy of stillness, of waiting for the right timing, of kind of not. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no, is what I just heard. Of not accepting something too soon that isn't what you want, like leaving that space open to receive what it is that you do want. Okay, even though we do see this thing in energy. Okay, and then let me see our Rider-Waite-Smith cards. These were reversed. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse, which generally denotes healing, so a time of healing. And we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So these are more stillness, Okay, stillness is the thing here. Something might be coming in, but right now is a period of rest. We got recovery. Um, the working card in reverse says to me, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles upright. That's directly like, so you move on from seven. Seven is you're taking a break. Eight, you're back at work. You're being industrious, whatnot. Okay. But this is saying no to that energy. No. Stay in the in between, to stay in the rest and the recuperation. It's like all the healing has not been complete, okay? So this is telling me like that you're still in that energy. It's not time yet. It's not time to make a move. It's not time to push yourself. It's not time to, look for something more, or to jump at opportunities that are lukewarm. Okay. Now in the flower cards, we've got baby's breath, which is so, that's really interesting to me because I went for a walk today, and when I came back, I found a little piece of Queen Anne's lace on the ground, which this shows the baby's breath up so close. They're kind of similar. I mean, I was looking at the Queen Anne's lace, and it was reminding me of baby's breath. Something you put in your bouquet to round it out, to make it a little more robust or whatever. So anyway, they're similar, right? Magnify your intentions. Baby's breath. Choose a specific goal to work towards. How interesting. Your energy is spread out among too many ideas. Please bring your focus back to the key intention and let your angels help. And then we also have emotional healing, which is the bleeding heart. The bleeding heart card. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain by you allow your heart to mend. Yes. So exactly, the Three of Swords is talking about the mending heart, and all of these cards are talking about taking time to heal, to release. Emotional healing. You're free to let go of old emotional pain. By doing so, you allow your heart to mend. My heart gave me a message recently, which was, in the past, when people have hurt you, that was never about you. It was never about your worth, and it was about them. It was never about you, and you basically need to let that go. Move that on. Toss it out away from you. Reject it. I mean, don't even reject it. It's just, it wasn't about you. But it's possible that you took it and you clung to it and you made it about you, right? And you internalized it. But it was never about you. It was about them. It was never about your worth or your value. And now we have the stone people. Vigilance. Interesting. Stone people. Stone people are still vigilant. To be vigilant, to stand vigil. This is a stillness. This is stillness and waiting. This is waiting and saying no to what's a no. This is waiting patiently with faith, right? That the right cup will come along. That this is not the right cup for you, and you'll know when it's the right cup, okay? Hope, support, miracles, and spirituality, faith. And that is the violet chakra, of course. We also have island solitude. Look at this. Like, this is just a quiet, for the people who chose to watch this reading, you're in a quiet season. You're in a quiet, vigilant, island season. Yeah. Seriously. Okay. Wisdom of the divine feminine. Can't make this up. sovereignty. Okay, so sovereignty is saying this healing time, this waiting time. This is not like useless time. Okay, this stillness and this solitude and this aloneness is not about sadness. It's not about loneliness. It's about sovereignty. It's about, your own sovereignty, you owning you being in charge of you, you being enough. Okay. We also have balance. Another ounce is a still card. We're not swaying one way to the other. We're still. We're in balance. Everything is, with temperance, everything is balanced and equal, and we have 5 of fire. Now, isn't that a contradiction there? 5 of fire. Now we finally have some movement. We have a long period of faith and of healing that passed before we move into this season here, this bold season. This is a bold new season, but this fire is burning up all of the things from the past that need to be healed, right? It's burning it away. What was that message in the bottom left again? The wise engaged in devotional services take refuge in the Lord and free themselves from the cycle of birth and death by renouncing the fruit of actions in the material world. In this way, they can attain that state beyond all miseries. And that was the next page, sorry, but when your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you will become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. So, indifference. It isn't love, it isn't hate, it's just indifference. You know that song, okay? So when where did it go? Where did it go? It literally just disappeared. Wow. I'm telling you that wherever that goes, it has disappeared from me now. It's fine. That was the message. Can't repeat it. The message. We're not one to go around spreading rumors, so you better listen close the first time. Card 11, another card of balance with strength, courage, and bravery. Balance. Then we have Ace of Rods. Ace of Rods. So now we've got some movement starting, some bravery, courage. And again, temperance. So your passions feel like they're going to need to be tempered. And then we have the infamous card 13 of transformation. And then, 7 of Swords, uselessness. And being a card about being deceitful or trickery or strategy, this card is about uselessness. And then, is this our final tarot? Exactly, our final tarot. We have the Knight of Cups. So now we are, again, moving forward, but now a little more like waves along the ocean shore. Right? The Hare and the Oak. New opportunities. Okay. I knew there were new opportunities, but we're needing this whole initiatory process to prepare for the new opportunities. The Cat and the Lavender Independence again. Okay. So I'm sensing like some of you may be feeling really alone or lonely. Some of you may be very at your wit's end. Your heart is bleeding. You feel maybe despondent. Maybe like you don't have the effort or can't make the effort or can't be bothered to make the effort. Something is, there's a certain lethargy really kind of overtaking you at this time. And you feel like you're off the path, like you're doing something wrong, that you need to be doing something else. But the message is this is part of the journey, this is part of the growth, this is part of the burning away, part of the healing. By the way, Temperance is a card of balance, but it's also a card of healing. Three of Swords in reverse is a card of healing. We've got work in advance, that is a card of healing. Faith is a card of healing. Like there's tons and tons of Temperance more than once. So there's a lot of healing. And we also have turquoise, tortoise pose. In my heart, I know we are all one. I rejoice in the abundance of the universe. So that's kind of one. That may not seem yet like it goes with the other. We have Seven of Stones, lone bold, card of healing. This is about healing, and I feel like a lot of you are impatient with the process, and you're impatient with your own healing process. You want to be the hare, you want to hop right away at new opportunities, and there may be a lot of opportunities coming at you that you feel like you fumbled, that you felt like you should have taken advantage of, but you just weren't there. You weren't feeling it. You were lethargic, or you chickened out at the last minute, or you just basically did not expend the energy, and it just drifted by. Well, I think this reading is telling you that was the plan. That was part of the plan. You were meant to resist those opportunities that looked so good. Even if they turn out to be good for someone else later, they weren't the right opportunities for you. This is like your sign to really trust that your downtime is as holy, as spiritual, as meaningful, as important as everything at your action time. And there is a transformation taking place here. Now, the light seers, we have the Chariot. Again, we have a moving forward card. We have a victory. We have a willpower. We have, this is a card of changing your ways. And then lo and behold, the Justice again, slowing us down. So I feel like a lot of you, card 11, Justice, perfect, for that balance and that 1-1. Starts and stops. Some of you may be getting very frustrated with yourselves or with life, with your plans are turning out. They're always, having setbacks, etc. And this is as it's meant to be, as frustrating as it is to hear that. Okay, and then finally we have a pleasure, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and indulgence. The final card. And this is your base chakra right here. That's your root chakra, pleasure. So we have your highest chakra, faith, and your lowest chakra. Now, low and bad, it doesn't mean lesser than, it means more dense energy, more physical, right? And another thing that Christianity taught us that is incorrect is things are either holy, or they're profane. And when we reject, okay? The physical is as holy as the spiritual, and the physical is as spiritual, and the spiritual is as physical as the physical. When you get to a certain level of ascension, you'll realize that when you have a spiritual awakening, you will be surprised at how embodying it is, and how embodied you become, and how practical that spiritual awakening is. It's not what a lot of people assume, like that you just transcend human needs and you can see into the future and you're all powerful and whatever. Nothing like that, okay? Your power will come from that embodiment. And there's really not a lot more I can tell you about it. Because the thing that everyone has to kind of learn on their own. Our final clip, I had decided to start with a chakra card and Mary L, and then end with a chakra card and a Mary L. Four of Swords. 1-1-1-1. Four of Swords. Okay. Which is, again, card of recuperation, rest, recovery, and convalescing, which means recovering. Who knew? It's another card of balance, of healing, of stillness, of time. So there are so many cards: stillness, island, solitude, the vigilance, the stone people, the Four of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. These are all, there's so much stillness of this just being a time of stillness where you feel useless, right? We've got the Seven of Swords, uselessness, but you're in a cocoon, right? The Death card is talking transformation. You're in a cocoon right now. You feel like you're still. You feel like you're not progressing. You feel like you're not moving forward. And this is where the faith comes in. You need to maintain the faith because there is a butterfly coming out. As cliche as that sounds, you're in the cocoon stage right now, and you feel like you're accomplishing nothing. And this is an illusion. This is imperfect. This is just simply not true. There's a great deal going on inside of you. We've got the fire, and we've got it a couple of times, I believe. So I have fire. Seven of Swords. We had another 5. We've got just so many cards that just say healing right on them. And again, the tortoise pose with green chakra, green heart. In my heart, I know that we are all one. I rejoice in the abundance of the universe. So we'd be rejoicing in the abundance of the universe while you're still, and meditate as often as possible. and look what you have and focus on what you have and what's coming to you and what belongs to you and what's yours, and never on lack. So many cards of independence, of new opportunities. The reason for all of the stillness, the pain, the sadness, or the injuries, emotional injuries, the things kind of falling away in your life, falling out of your life, being unavailable, where you're feeling so empty, sometimes so bereft. And maybe there's a lot of tiredness. There could be a lot of tiredness. There could be a lot of fatigue. There could be some heaviness. There could be an unwillingness or an ability to do things that aren't enjoyable. There could be a need to, maybe there could be a loss of pleasure and a need to seek it. So if you're feeling like you haven't been feeling pleasure, continue to seek out pleasurable activities. Don't give up on them. And obviously, if you if this becomes a problem, see somebody about that, because that can be really, really scary. Important to reach out for help in that instance. But we have this 5 of fire. I thought more another 5 of wands or 5. I thought we had another 5, but I guess we don't. Because normally we have all this clashing. I guess we see that in the 7 with the uselessness card. Okay, this feels like that would be 5 of swords. I don't know, but 5 of swords and 5 of wands are similar, like with a combative sort of thing. Actually, yeah, these swords actually remind me more of 5 of wands than 5 of fire. Like, especially in the wild unknown, we have this scattered energy, disorganized, scattered, apparently useless. But the fire is a butterfly, this transformation, this bursting into new life. The Lyrian courage and beauty. I'm gonna have to read the book on it. I can't just let it sit there because I don't really know enough to have very much to say about it. But if it's there, it's got something to say. It's got a message. So, on Earth. Where on Earth is my guidebook for that? I just had it. Okay. Huh. Things are just appearing and disappearing with me today. It's gotta be down here. Found it. Under my gigantic witch's wisdom. Dick Martians, number 11. For balance. Healing. 11. Lyrians. The feline Lyrians are sometimes referred to as lion people or cat people. We do have the cat in the lavender. Anyway, the Lyrian civilizations originated from the North Lyrian constellation, which also contains Vega. The Lyrian genotype was often the original mother genotype, used in ancient star seed projects of cosmos, as they are one of the oldest bloodlines in the Milky Way galaxy. Many ETs within the Milky Way galaxy are ancestrally related to Lyrians. They usually stand 6 to 10 feet tall and are solid to muscular in build. Their complexities vary anywhere from light golden amber to darker chocolate brown hues. Some Lyrians have blonde hair to vibrant ginger red hair. The darker Lyrians have dark to black hair. Lyrian flesh is covered in a light, soft type of fuzz, not actual fur. They have feline type eyes and slightly pointed ears set higher on their head. The Lyrians battled many bloody cosmic wars in the past with the Orion, Alpha, Draconian, Reptilian empires. Lyrians live a harmonious lifestyle and practice careful biodiversity of their ecosystem. Prior to the Egyptian pyramid being built, the ancient Egyptian Sphinx was built by the Lyrians and other visitors during the Leo 2,000-year constellation time phase of the precession of the equinoxes. Lyrians do not suffer fools gladly, and they are honest, bold, open, and a proud race. They are known to be combative and fiery for matters they value dearly, while being warm and affectionate. It is said to have one of the most extensive collections of ancient cosmic history in our galaxy. Today are mostly considered a retired honorable race and hold great prestige in the Galactic Council. Card meaning: strength, courage, bravery, defiant, proud, bold, affectionate, library, respect, honor, and ancestors. So I would say that a lot of these struggling and fighting and the Ace of Wands are meant to be encouraging cards and that are saying, don't give up. We also have the Knight of Cups. So there could be, I feel like there could be a lot of heavier sort of emo emotions, emotional emotions, right? Also kind of a sense of drama, a dramatic and emotional energy, really pulling us along. The hare is also very fast. The cat is very quick. These are just fast actions, fast. But then we have the tortoise pose, right? Tortoise pose again. Just slow down. Know that we're all one. Have that faith. Rejoice in the abundance of the universe, knowing that your treasure is on it. It's there. It's here. It's yours. But it's not accessible currently for reasons that you do not yet understand. There's some reason why the universe is slowing you down for a purpose. Like when your tire goes flat and you have to pull over, and next thing you know, at the intersection, there's an accident. Keep talking. The universe is slowing you down for a reason. So for people who are just being really hard on themselves because you feel like they're going nowhere, they're getting nowhere, they're doing nothing, you are. Like, there's just so much out of this that is happening, that is transforming. You are becoming sovereign. You are becoming brave. You are just becoming strong and vigilant and wise. Wise tortoise. Abundant. But yeah, it's taking time. So that's the message. Hang in there and have faith, because what right now, like in action, is an undercurrent of transformation that's taking place and healing that is necessary for the next stages. And Spirit and the universe are just saying, you are still healing, even if you feel like you think you're fine. Even if you think you're not fine and you're not healing, the healing is taking place. And be compassionate towards yourself, and don't give up. And focus what gives you enjoyment, what's beautiful, what's sensual. It's okay to indulge, especially right now, when if you're feeling if you're just really feeling this sort of lack of enjoyment of things, if you find something strange, something that you feel is indulgent, it's the one thing that you feel like you can take pleasure in. Don't guilt yourself out of it. This is something you need. I can't really think of times where there was maybe one thing, like I was depressed at one point and I was watching Supernatural. It was just the only thing. It was like the comfort show or whatever. And then Dean starts singing Eye of the Tiger. And then in the outtakes, they show Jensen singing Eye of the Tiger and doing this whole thing. And it's just super hilarious. And I laughed. And that was the first time I'd laughed the whole entire day. The first time I smiled or felt anything positive. So that always will have those memories for me. I think a lot of times we think when you're depressed, nothing will cheer you up. And sometimes that's true, but sometimes something, like only one thing will. It might be something really stupid. It might be something really, it might be something that just feels like a guilty pleasure. Say, maybe chocolate ice cream, just something simple like that. But maybe you think you shouldn't be eating chocolate ice cream. You should be watching your weight. You should be doing whatever. This indulgence card is telling you that you need to enjoy pleasure. Now, obviously, if you're not getting any pleasure out of it, don't do it. But, yeah, like, it's this crazy time right now for you to heal and to seek her and to be a little bit useless and to not be demanding of yourself and to learn to accept your value as a human being rather than a human doing, to be a little cheesy, and you'll find your way back. The Four of Swords leaves us with telling us that you are on the healing path. So thank you for listening. If you did, please please subscribe if you're new here. Please come back and watch more. Some of my old ones. Watch me again when I post again. And hopefully received a valuable message from this reading. And as always, be well.